give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We give thanks to Him. We testify that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah. He is the one that revealed the Quran, that contains explanations to life, Hudan linnas, and its guidance to the whole of mankind, particularly those who willingly follow the instructions of the Quran. وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِنَ الْهُدَى وَالْفُرْقَانِ. It is a criteria, an explanation of the life, guided life. The Quran explains itself. The Quran is light in the darkness of life, and Quran is a path that leads to paradise. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Ahzab, Quran chapter 33, when He says, "O you Prophet, قُلْ لِأَزْوَاجِكَ, inform your wife, وَبَنَاتِكَ, inform your daughters, وَنِسَاءِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and inform the wives, the women of believers, يُدْنِينَ عَلَيْهِنَّ مِنْ جَلَابِيبِهِنَّ, tell them to draw their garments over their body. ذَلِكَ أَدْنَى أَنْ يُعْرَفْنَ فَلَا يُؤْذَيْنَ. If they dress that way, if they cover up themselves with their outer garments, then they will be known differently and they will never be molested. We testify that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is also the messenger of Allah. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. We also testify that the companions of the Prophet from Abu Bakr to the rest of them follow the path laid down by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Allah qualified them in the Quran by saying, رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. Allah was pleased with them and they are also pleased with Allah. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon them and upon those of us that are striving to follow the course laid down by these eminent predecessors of ours. My brothers and sisters in Islam, today is another khutbah, another Friday, another Jumua. We all come to masjid to listen to the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all left our work, our respective responsibilities to listen to the word of Allah. The most important thing is not our leaving our job. The most important thing is not our marking register that we are here. The most important thing is that we fear Allah. That's why Allah says, Taqullah wa qulu qawlan sadida, fear Allah, and whenever you want to say anything, say what is true. Let us fear Allah in both our private and public affairs. Today, inshallah, the khutbah will be talking about the hijab of a Muslim woman. According to scholars, when you look at various Islamic books, what you will get there is hijabul mar'ati al-muslima, or hijabu shar'i. They always refer to, when they say al-hijabu al-shar'i, they will say that if you want to talk about hijab, what type of hijab are we talking about? Because when you look at the literal meaning of hijab in Arabic language, it doesn't signify just putting on a certain part of dress alone. The literal meaning could be barrier. Mania, al-mania is barrier. A barrier that has spiritual meaning. So when we say hijab in Islam, it's different from barrier. It's like if anybody who is not a Muslim and is an Arab, if asked what's the meaning of salat, we will say dua. As-salat will be man of dua. Because Allah says, وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ إِنَّ صَلَوَاتَكَ سَكَنٌ لَهُمْ. Pray for them, because when you pray for them, it gives them assurance. So salat means dua. But when Islam came, Islam explains Salat beyond that. In Arabic language, whenever we use a word, it has the meaning of that word literally, but it also has technical meaning. And the technical meaning is the Sharia explanation, is the Islamic explanation to it. So when we say hijab, to anybody who understands Arabic language, it is manner, it is barrier, what will not prevent something from being apparent. In the meaning of that, this wall is an hijab to that classroom. This wall is an hijab to that classroom. Because this wall did not permit us to see through. That's an hijab. So whatever will not allow a particular message to go through the other is hijab. But Islam, at the point of arrival, of conclusion, the Prophet ﷺ explained hijab further than that. That hijab is not just that. Yes, it is part of it. Because in the Quran, Allah says, وَإِذَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُنَّ مَتَاهًا فَاسْأَلُوهُنَّ مِنْ وَرَاءِ الْحِجَابِ. If you want to ask other women that are not your wife, particularly the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, about anything, you should have a barrier between you and them. Don't just go into them like that. When you go to their houses, there must be barrier between you and them. So it has that meaning of barrier, but it goes beyond that. It goes beyond the issue of barrier. It is everything about the way a woman should be in Islam. It is the life of a woman. In fact, a Muslim woman and a hijab can never be separable. You can't separate them. They are not separable. You can't say, okay, she's a Muslim woman, but hijab no. You can't say hijab no, she's no. That means if somebody is not a Muslim and she puts on the hijab, yeah, it's good for her, but she may not get the reward. So everything about a Muslim woman is a hijab. That is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them to be. There are so many books written. There are so many propaganda going on about people using the hijab. Some of them go thus. They say that the Muslims, the wearing of hijab is a sign of oppression. Now when you see a Muslim sister putting on hijab, that shows that she's been oppressed. Some said it is force. Some say there are threats. Some said it's blackmail. And so many things people say about hijab today. And if you are not very careful, when you listen to people talking about hijab negatively, with their sweet tongue, as a woman, you may likely remove your hijab for the years of Allah. Because they call it all sorts of names. Sign of oppression, sign of this, sign of blackmail, sign of threat, sign of backwardness, sign of... There was an incident that happened. A guy got involved in an accident and they called 911. But before the arrival of 911, a Muslim sister was just passing by. Then she branched and she was trying to attend to the victim of the accident. While she was doing that, within 1 minute, another lady was passing by. And then she said, oh, please, hey, lady. And she was referring to the Muslim sister in hijab. Said, please, step aside. I am a trained nurse. I know what to do. How will you, what's the meaning of that? The meaning is because she puts on hijab, she doesn't know anything. And the Muslim sister did not say anything. She stepped aside and said, okay, when you finish whatever you want to do, let me know if you need the help of a doctor, because I'm a medical doctor. Allahu Akbar. Then she was shocked. Because she thought because she used hijab, she's nothing. She told her, step aside, I'm a professional nurse. I know what to do. Please step aside. Let me do it. She said, okay, no problem. Go ahead. You are a nurse, no problem. Do whatever you want to do. But if you need a medical doctor, let me know. I am a medical doctor. So once a Muslim sister is seen in a hijab, people talk of ignorance, people talk of backwardness, people talk of threat, they talk of blackmail, they talk of all sorts of things, languages people use. So, but will you blame them? The answer is no. Why? Because those who are the forefront of attacking hijab are Muslims. Those who are at the forefront of attacking hijab are Muslims. Myself, yourself, we attack hijab ourselves because of our ignorance of what Islam says with regards to the hijab, because we don't know. Aside those scholars that are sponsored by those who want to cause mischief, by those who want to spread rumor, by those who want to spread lies about the religion of Allah, يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم ويأبى الله إلا أن يتم نوره ولو كره الكافرون. Those who want to spread rumor, those who want to use blasphemy, Islamophobia, to destroy the religion of Allah, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already established. Wallahu balighun ala amrihi walakin akthara an-nas la ya'lamun. Allah has completed everything. We only come here to play our own role. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, and particularly the Muslim sisters, we should know that you cannot be a Muslimah without your hijab. It is not possible. So we go on and say that to those who are saying that hijab is this, is that, they should approach Islam from the way Islam approached it himself and see the beauties in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala passed across to every one of us. Firstly, in Quran chapter 24, from verses 30, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not talk to the Muslim sisters alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked to the Muslim sister and the Muslim brothers, because the issue of the hijab is not just for the Muslim sister alone. Allah says, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, O you prophets, inform the Muslim men. Allah separated the address. He talked to the Muslim men separately, and he talked to the Muslim women separately. قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. In most cases, in most parts of the Quran, when Allah used that adjective of mu'min or mu'minun, Allah referred to every one of us. But when it comes to the issue of the hijab, Allah separated us. Allah says, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, O you prophets, inform the believers, men, male, boys, gentlemen, يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, tell them to lower their gaze. Lower their gaze for what? For the headlamp? For the light? No, that's not it. وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ, and tell them to protect their chastity. When they come across the opposite sex, they should not just stare their glances. They should not just be looking at her. They should also do what? Lower their gaze. If she is not your wife, she's not your sister, she's not from your mahram, you have to give her that respect. The fact that she is a woman, either she is a Muslim or not, either she opens herself up or covers herself, does not give you the license to look at her the way you like, anyhow. Either you can control yourself or not, that is not the issue. The issue is about honor and value. If you are talking to a woman, that is the standard in Islam. يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, tell them to lower their gaze. وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ, and tell them to protect their chastity. ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ, that is the purest way for them, for their life, for their psychology, for their emotions, for their physical power and everything. That is the best way to live their life. Allah created us. Allah ya'lam man khalaq wa huwa al-latiful khabir, and He knows what He created. He said that is the best way for us. وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, and inform the Muslim woman. What should they do? يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ, tell them to lower their gaze too. وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ, tell them to protect their chastity. They should not just open up for anybody, like the way people do today. The consent of sex today in the world is consent. He said it's consent. If there is consent between two parties, then no problem, no blame. Legally they can have. But in Islam, no. It's not just consent. Yes, consent is the first one, but the second thing is that it must be legalized. It's not just consent. You can't just say because you are adult, you can ask any man to come to you. Because you are adult, you can go into any woman. No, you don't build a society that way. The Islamic dictation of cohabitation between a man and a woman is the best way to build a society. You have to show that you are responsible. You have to show that you are ready to marry her. You have to show that you are ready to live with her. You have to show that you are ready to marry him and you are ready to live with him. Before you open up, you don't just open up for anybody. You just don't go into anybody. Because of consent? No. So using consent alone as a factor of open up is unrealistic, childish, ignorant, evil. And that's why we have evil all over. In Islam, a woman also is instructed, and that is where the hijab starts from. Then Allah continues by saying, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا. She must not expose her beauty, either the adorned one, the beauty she applied on her body, or the beauty that she's created with. Two types of beauties, the way she's created, she must not expose it. إِلَّا لِبُؤُولَتِهِنَّ, except to her husband. She must not use her beauty to seduce any other person except her husband. That's the hijab from Islamic point of view. She must not use her adorned beauty. What she used, a jewelry, a ring, either for the ears or for the nails, for the fingers, sorry. Then whatever else she used to beautify herself, she must not expose it to anybody except to her husband. And Islam continues. She must not walk in a way that she calls the attention of men. Come, look at me, I'm walking. And it goes on. So the hijab for the woman, when it comes into play in Islam, then it is not just about the way she dresses alone, it is everything about her life. And part of that affects the men. The way we talk, the way we look at women. And women, the way they talk, the way they look at men. Then it continues. Then Allah then talk about the khimar, the headscarf. Allah says, let her make her headscarf not just to cover her head, but to cover her chest. Her headscarf must run down from the neck, from the head, that is to cover the hair, to cover the neck, to cover her chest. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran chapter 23, chapter 24, Surah Nur, the chapter of light. Then in Quran chapter 33, Surah Al-Ahzab, then Allah mentioned the jalabib, the overall garment. That does not disturb the headscarf. After the headscarf, then you put on the overall garment that will cover everything you put on. That will cover all your adornments and your beautifications. Cover it up. That means a Muslim woman is allowed to dress and adorn herself, but she has to cover it up, particularly when she's going abroad. When she's leaving the shore of her home, that is the way Islam says she should dress. And that is an obligation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Muslim women. But some said the reason why it is an object of oppression is because Muslims teach their children to put on hijab right from the time they don't even know the meaning of hijab. I want to ask you, when did you start teaching your children literacy? That's the question. Now we have after school. From age 1 year, our children are going to school. Did you ever wait for them to grow up to have the decision to say, I want to learn literacy, I don't want to learn, before you start teaching them? What type of assault is this? The fact that we train our children to use hijab doesn't mean we compel them. Just like when you train your children to literacy, to know how to read, doesn't mean you are forcing them. Because if you wait till the time they will have the right to take decisions, it will be too late. That's just it. That's it. So we start training these children from age 1. How to paint, And we tell them to recognize a dog, we tell them to recognize this and that. In other methods of education, we teach them to sound letters. When this is a man, that is M, then this is A for man, so this is N for man, man. At that age, they may not even be able to spell, but they sound. By the time it's age 3, start reading. Age 4, they start reading. Are we not making it obligatory on them? It doesn't make sense for you to say that. That we should allow them to grow up to take decisions on themselves. Is that your own religion or the religion of Allah? Is that your religion or the religion of Islam? If it is Islam, no. We start to train them, to teach them. By the time they grow up, they still have that opportunity to decide. Now they know the truth. So they can take decisions on themselves from whatever they know. My brothers and sisters in Islam, hijab is compulsory for women, just like salat is compulsory for all Muslims. Hijab is compulsory for women, just like Sawm is compulsory for all Muslims. There is no compromise about it. There is no compromise. There is nothing like, yes, because I'm not in Muslim country, hijab has nothing to do with either you are living in the country. Hijab has to do with who are you. Are you a Muslim woman or a Muslim man? If you're a Muslim woman, you have to put it on. That is the direct from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If that is the case, then Islam sets a standard. One of the standards of the hijab, which is known as shurutul hijab, is the first one is that it must cover the whole body. Al-istirab, the hijab must cover the whole body. So whatever you put on, the hijab must be seen to cover it up. Nothing must show under that hijab. That's the first condition of hijab. So that means today, people, because of attack, coming front, back, right, left, up, down, attacking Muslims, attacking Islam. If somebody comes to your door and starts knocking from the night till daybreak, you'll be forced to give response. That's what they do. They start attacking us, hitting us. So we have to bend. So you see people coming out with the hijab, the so-called, let me put it that way, hijab that is fashionable, that is acceptable to the society. Whenever you put on hijab and somebody says, oh, this is good, that is not this hijab of Islam. If somebody comes to you and says, oh, you look nice. No. You have to cover that nice. And that is what is happening today. And that's why all over the world we have various types and various styles that people put on. Yes, there could be variety, no problem with that. But all those varieties must meet with the shuruts, the conditions of hijab. Because according to the Quran chapter 23 that I read, Allah says, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا. They must not expose their adornment, their beautification, except what is exposed therein. So from there, that hijab must cover everything. Because Allah says, they must not expose. You have to expose nothing. Your earrings must not be exposed. Your jewelry must not be exposed. Your ring must not be exposed, because you were told to cover everything. Those are part of your adornment. Cover it up. Except for the face and the palm by scholars, that can never be erased. We have scholars having two opinions, right from the time of the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba. Aside that, the rest has to be covered. That's number one condition. Number two condition, and yakuna for the father, the hijab wasi'an must be so spacious that it could accommodate everything you put under. It must not be tight-fitted. It is haram when a woman puts on a dress and it is tight-fitted, that shows the shape of her body. The hijab must cover you so spacious that it will never show the shape of your body. So when you walk around, then if you put on hijab and the shape of your body shows, it's nothing, it's just nothing. It's like any other person that dresses. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained ours that no, it must not. وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا. It is part of your adornment, because that is your natural beauty that Allah has created with you, and you must cover it up. It must not show. That shows that those who use scarf to cover their hair and they neglect the chest and then the back, astaghfirullah, they only adorn part of it, not full, because there are two parts of it: the head, which is the khimar, and then the jalbab, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Quran chapter 33. Allah says, يُدْنِينَ عَلَيْهِنَّ مِنْ جَلَابِيبِهِنَّ ذَلِكَ أَدْنَى أَنْ يُعْرَفْنَ فَلَا يُؤْذَيْنَ. So it must be done. It must, first of all, cover the whole body. Two, it must also be spacious in such a way that it must not be tight-fitted. Number three, أَنْ يَكُونَ ثَخِينًا. It must be thick. It must not be the dress that will be transparent, that if you put it on, somebody can see through it. Yes, it's big. Yes, it covers the whole of your body, but we can see through it. That is not it. Because the meaning of hijab, like we said, is barrier. Whatever will not allow an object that goes through it to be transparent at the other side. That's why we say this wall is a barrier to that room, because it does not allow us to see through. Your hijab must not allow see-through. It must not be see-through. Those are the three positive. The three negative or don'ts of the hijab, those are the three do's. The other don'ts, there are four. It must be أَلَا يَكُونَ لِبَاسَ الشَّهْرَةِ. It must not be worn for show off. It must not be worn to show the latest clothes in town. Yeah, that's what I put on. If you put that on, then you must cover it with the hijab. It must not be your outer garment. Today, some Muslim women dresses like that. They dress the same, they put on the same clothing to show that, yeah, these are. Some even go for fashion, they call it a beauty contest. Say this is the hijab, the Muslim beauty contest. That is a wrong understanding of what hijab is. A Muslim sister is supposed to cover herself up, not to come outside and adorn herself in the front of men, all in the name of beauty. And then some of them will post it on their Facebook and on the internet for others to see. The other don't is أَلَّا يَكُونَ مُعَطَّرًا أَوْ مُطَيِّبًا. It must not be perfumed in such a way that if men pass by you or you pass by them, the odor coming from that is enough to take them away, to call their attention to you. There was a day one of the Ansariya came and she perfumed herself. The Prophet told her, don't observe Salatul Isha with us. And he made it a law for all the Muslim women. Said, any of you that use perfume on her that smells out should not come to the mosque to pray Salatul Isha. Let them go back home and wash out that perfume. As far as Islam is concerned, a Muslim woman is not allowed to perfume herself in such a way. When she walks by the men, then she draws their attention. Also, it must not be worn for show off. Yeah, that is if the hijab you put on is done. It must not look like the way the men dress. We must know this is a woman because of the way she dresses. She must not allow the dress to look like the dress of men, the way men put on their clothes. That is to say, she must not dress like men. She must dress like a woman because she is created to be a woman. It must not be attractive. That means the clothes she puts on that is attractive is under the garment. The garment is just to cover it up. But she has an attractive one under, but she covers it up with the hijab. These are the conditions that we draw from those two chapters, chapter 24 and chapter 33 of the Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has been like that from the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba until now. If anybody says anything different from this, that is coming from that person's desires, not from the book of Allah and the sunnah of his Prophet. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our shortcomings, and make us to see the truth as truth and enable us to follow it. Let us seek for forgiveness. May Allah forgive our sins. Alhamdulillah. Salatu wassalam ala Rasulullah. والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين إن الله لا يضيع أجر المحسنين. Give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We seek for His blessings and mercy upon the soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We know for sure that those who uphold the flag of truth will prevail, because Allah will always be with them. And those who also lift up the flag of falsehood will be shamed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is good for us to follow the truth. Let us abide by it. The reason why we make that khutbah today on the hijab is because today is celebrated all over the world to be the World Hijab Day. The 1st of February of every year is the World Hijab Day. This started from 2013 by one of our sisters in New York. Her name is Nasma Khan. She just thought that the type of victimization she witnessed on campus, on the street, there are so many other sisters that face the same type of victimization and they could not say out. Okay, maybe the reason is because people are so ignorant about hijab. Let us make this hijab a public affair. Let people come and see and witness it. And she says, okay, come and wear hijab just for a day, even if you are not a Muslim. Come and see what we see. Come and feel what we feel. Is it possible for somebody that feels this way to be under oppression? It is of a choice. It is not an easy thing to do. So you can never be compelled to do it. If you are compelled to do it, you will remove it. Just like we have some people that do. They leave home with hijab, and when they get to wherever they want to go, they took it off. We have some that goes to parties among our women. When they are going to party, they remove the hijab at the parties because they don't understand the hijab. But when you understand the hijab, no, it is permanent because you understand the meaning. These people have received a lot of condemnation. Some of them from Islamic scholars. They said what they are doing is bid'ah. They should not do this and that. Those who don't understand the dynamics of what is happening in the world today. If you want to preach Islam, you start from the scratch to the full. But you must not at any point in time close the truth. You have to say the truth. You have to say the truth. When Allah wants to condemn alcohol drink, Allah did not start by saying, don't drink it. No. Allah says, Fihi manafi'u linnas. Allah says, there are so many benefits for you, and there is crime in it when you take it. Wa ithmuhuma akbaru min naf'ihima. But the sins you will commit from taking wine or intoxicant is more than the benefits. That's where Allah started. It's enlightenment. So if you want to start Islam to people, you start from that level. You just don't say no. This environment is different from the environment that witnessed Islam 1,400 years ago. This is an environment people are so ignorant about Islam. And we have to tell them what Islam is all about. May Allah reward our sister for that step she took and for that initiative to enlighten the world. Today, not less than 140 countries are celebrating the World Hijab Day. Let us use this day to talk to our wives, to talk to our daughters, to talk to our sisters about hijab. Let us encourage them. Many of our brothers are not helping issues. The way we treat our wives at home that are using hijab, the way we treat our daughters at home that are using hijab, the way we treat our sisters the way that are using hijab is even worse than the way they are treated outside. Some of us are not making life easy for them. And that's why some people thought, no, many of the marriages are worse than what we have in a Muslim home. But because ours is under the religion of Islam, people start to say all sorts of things about Islam. Islam does not relegate women, but Islam gives them honor in the society and at home. Let us give those honor to our wives. Let's go back to the book, to the Quran. How Islam says we should live with our wives. وَعَشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Allah says, live good life with your wife. Treat them well, like jewels, like gold. If you treat your wife that way, non-Muslims that are not using hijab will come into Islam because of the way men are treating their Muslim women. Let us respect them. At least they respect the law of Allah by using hijab. For the sake of that, let us accommodate them. Many of them are going through psychological warfare. At work, at school, then at home again. We have to accept them and give them what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already given to them, which is honor. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise the honor of the Muslim women the way He raised the honor of those before them. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين وانصر عبادك الموحدين وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. أقيم الصلاة.